All right, hello, everybody. Caleb Crum here again with our third episode of the Wolfforth Warriors podcast. Today is going to be a pretty cool one because we have our team owner, Roy Rodriguez, with us. So, Roy, just to start things off, I kind of the first question I had, I want to start with you. Like, you were born in Puerto Rico, you grew up in the Bronx. So, how did you end up transitioning into football?
Oh, from the Bronx and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Well, that's crazy. But the first thing I like to say, I am a temporary owner right now. We have a silent owner, and will be revealed in due time, and we're excited about that. But I grew up in the Bronx, and I grew up with two brothers, and we were, a Gen X type. We just go out and play, and our biggest sports were baseball and football, and it went from there. And I just caught the bug early. Whether playing or coaching, is all about fundamentals. I like the big guys because I'm big. I think there's a place for us there, and that's how that started.
Yeah, yeah. And then kind of to bounce off of that, how would you say your upbringing shaped you into who you are today as a coach and all the other things that you do in life today?
Uh, Raised in the Bronx, with two great parents. I just adversity, football exposes a lot of things, and I'm very team oriented. It is not ever about me. It's about how we can uh, compete and be champions competitively and in a group setting. So I, I guess that's the middle child syndrome. You just it's not a, it's about just being part of something big.
Yeah, what would you believe it if I told you I was also a middle child? I am. so
Yes.
so I understand that. So that path eventually led you to high school football in New York. So you played high school football in New York, and then you ended up getting a D2 scholarship from that. So how did all that kind of go about?
Um, well, I played at Mount St. Michael Academy, and years ago when the guy was big, I had no problem saying it. Person that was on our team was Sean Combs. Now I don't talk about him that much.
I understand why.
But woo-hoo,
Yeah,
he flipped a little bit. But
yeah.
anyway, then I went on to Southern Connecticut State University for scholarship, and then seriously injured my back my second year. I actually was vying for starting position over a senior, and it was kind of cool. And I just blew out my back and wasn't really tending to properly, I guess you would say. It is what it is. It was what it was. And, I love football. I love football.
What would you? This wasn't one of my scheduled
Go
questions,
ahead.
but bouncing off, what would you say? What makes you love football the most? Like what about it do you love the most?
Okay, right now, at my age, all right, right now, it's a chess match. It's a chess match. I love coaching. I love finding out like preparing for the game, knowing what offense, defense, whatever I'm chosen to do. Like right now, I'm coaching offensive line, so I want to grab film, see if they're an even or odd man front, and figure that out, and then maybe get some film and see what their tendencies are, and see what players do what, so I can coach my players appropriately. And so it's a nice little chess match. I learned that at Fordham University in 1997 when I was up. They put me up in a booth, and it was a whole different thing. I was like, wow. And one of the coaches was like, yeah, up here, they're all chess pieces. You got to figure it out on the fly. So yeah, that was exciting. That was kind of cool. So yeah, it's not a on the field bickering type thing. It's a chess match where you put your pieces and predict where he's going to go and what his tendencies were and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun to me.
No, that is a lot of fun. And the next thing I was going to ask you, you kind of touched on like some of the injuries and different things that you dealt with, but outside of that, what would you say football taught you the most during those early playing years?
Uh, Toughness, toughness. No one really cared. Back then it was okay to get a concussion, and you're out that series, and you can go to the next series. So it's just toughness. Um, Taking practice into a game. Um, a lot of that stuff, it just taught me a lot of adversity, how to fight through it, how to stay consistent with the team, and just there's going to be goods and bads, just like families and just like life. You're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, and you got to fight through it and be persistent.
And it was part of the kind of like fighting through it because you love football so much, and even with all the injuries and everything, you wanted to continue to have it as such a big part of your life. So is that all that adversity and everything? Is that kind of what pushed you towards coaching, the coaching side of football?
Yes, yes, absolutely. When I felt like I couldn't do it anymore, and I went back to my alma mater, Mount St. Michael, and started coaching there. And although I was a defense line coach for the varsity, he made me defense coordinator for the JV. So I had to quickly learn how to manipulate, and we ran a 5-2 defense and how that all went. When I played, it was just I had to worry about D line, but now I had to worry about coverages. So that all came into play, and I had some great kids at JV, man. So that year in '94, we won the state championship on the JV level. So that was kind of cool. I got the water dunked on me and everything. It was kind of cool. But it was just fun. And it was fun recruiting, finding kids with the passion. And I'm still the same way now. Like here with the Warriors, you give me a kid with passion, I'm going to give you a champion. It's just one of those things I know, and Coach CP, we know how to coach, and we will get the best out of you. And it's just a love of the sport.
Yeah, and as someone who's just been kind of, like on the sidelines doing the social media side of things, getting videos, getting footage, but still getting to be a part of practice, like you can definitely see that with you, CP, and
Yeah.
the rest of the coaches. So it's pretty cool. Now, one of the things I wanted to touch on was, and this is cool because of course we're in Lubbock, so you coached at Texas Tech. So what all years did you coach at
Oh,
Tech? And yeah,
that that's a fun quick. I'm gonna break it down to you quick. My ex-wife got a job at Texas Tech. I had 12 years of coaching up in the Northeast, and I said, what the heck, I sent out my resume over to Coach Ruff and McNeil, and I just sent it out to everybody. And then August 4th of 2004, I just showed up. We just drove into Lubbock, and I showed up, and Coach McNeil goes, "Oh, you're the guy from New York, huh? Come on." And then he slowly realized that I did know football. I wasn't just, hey, I want to be a part of it. But he gave me the okay to train kickers and punters and all that. I dipped into his defensive line. That was my specialty. I wasn't really into the offense and Mike Leach, but and I should have done that. But Lincoln Riley was more doing that more at that time. But I just dipped into it, and I want to say I was the first walk-on coach of America. I walked on to that program, and '04 enjoyed the Holiday Bowl, and then '05 did not enjoy the Cotton Bowl when we lost to Alabama by 3. But um, you know, and that's a whole nother way of coaching, because in Division 1, all you do is coach. In Division 2 and everything, you're worried about the managers, the laundry, the strength and conditioning. You're out there doing everything else, breaking down film. They have people breaking down film. They have the GAs breaking down film, and they just get what they want. 1st and 10, 11 personnel. Boom, tape of that. So I got to see a lot of stuff. It was great.
well, I definitely think that's one of the things that makes all of this so special too, is because you are a former Texas Tech coach, and of course we're going to be a big part of the Wolfforth Lubbock community. So it's just
Yeah,
right
it was
right
fun.
right there at home, yes sir. So yeah, then the next question I have for you. So you kind of touched on, of course, coaching at Texas Tech. You've coached high school, arena football before. So, what would you say, looking back, what did those experiences prepare you for, for where you're at today with the Wolfforth Warriors?
Uh, just the knowledge of the game, the different aspects of it. Find finding a kid that you may not think is good, and all of a sudden he's giving you everything he's got. He's got great technique, and you teach him some fundamentals, and next thing you know, he's pretty good on the field. Um, And another reason why I unfortunately jumped around so much in Division 2, as some of the audience may not know, in Division 2 and back then arena football, they didn't pay that great. They, I mean, if you got $20,000 for the year, that's a good job for an assistant coach in Division 2. Yes.
That's kind of surprising.
Oh,
I would think it'd be at least a
oh.
little more than that. But yeah.
No, the stuff we did. I mean, we're talking Iona College. Back then, it was one double A. Marist College, one double A. Uh, the most I got paid was $15,000. My highest paying coaching job was Roanoke Steam Arena Football, $22,000.
What a I'm trying to like timestamp. Was this like late
This was
nineties or
no, Roanoke Steam was Steam, 99,
okay?
99.
Yeah, that is surprising me. I wanted to have expected it
It's
to be
not like
the
Division 1. They get
yeah
paid
yeah.
$250,000. Yeah, no.
Especially now with all the NIL.
Oh,
Yeah. So obviously you have spent decades like as a player, as a coach for several different places. So after decades around the game, what made you feel like it was time to build something of your own with the Wolfforth Warriors?
uh, I think the man upstairs. Because I was out, and I'm glad you brought up the NIL. I'm out. I'm out. I can't see when I recruit a kid. I go into the living room. I want to give him a scholarship, and they're turning around going, "Well, how much am I getting paid?" Whoa, I'm giving you a scholarship. That's what you're getting paid. So I'm old school. Um, and this was the Hub City Cobras, and I reached out and I wanted to see what it was about because I did help out with Tornadoes and Liberty and the Lubbock Renegades, and spoke to the silent owner right now, and then CP and our GM Ray Jordan got to sitting down. I was like, look, I've done it before. I'm not in it for the team itself. I'm more of a, hey, if we could help the community and youth, I'm in. What are you thinking? And CP was like, well, look, we're going to try and make this a faith based team. And I was like, whoa, that sparked my interest right there. And now I saw sustainability. So one thing led to another. And it just, here we are.
Yeah, and I definitely think I mean we've talked about it so many times, but I do think the big difference is, you know, being faith-based and being more community focused. And you know that again like people in the Lubbock area that are listening, like that is why we truly believe this team is going to be successful because we're not just focusing on the Wolfforth Warriors,
No.
our players, our coaches, like we want this to be something that is giving back to the community. So that's our plan. And then transition speaking of you know being a faith-based team, so we are a team that's built on faith, character, accountability. Why are those values essential when you were creating the foundation like of this organization?
Uh, for sustainability.
Mhm.
I hate to use that word again, but because I want it to last, whether I'm here or not, I want it to last. It's strictly here for the community and youth. And we had National Signing Day last night, and we had like 5 guys sign. But and I said this last night. It, we could play football. There's people that could play basketball. There's people that could play baseball, and we could play football. So what? It's about what we give back to the youth and the community. It's about being a positive role model. It's about changing lives. Period. And I think that's the most important thing. Reaching out to the youth, helping out in the community, being a great role model. And I want to change some players' lives. I always tell them, we're saved, but we're not soft.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I say.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. So then my next question that I have for you, so we've held multiple tryouts up to this point and we're looking to build a around 30-man roster.
Yes, sir.
So right now with the tryouts that we've had beyond just talent, I know we of course have talked about like the faith-based and you know, the strong character, but beyond just talent, what other kind of qualities are you looking for in the players that you want on this team?
Right now, it's It's giving your time. Giving your time right now is essential because we are trying to build sponsorships. Once sponsors around here realize that we're not just a fly by night, I don't want to say the word semi-pro team. It's we're not that. We're in 5 years. My goal is to have a Warriors youth football league. A coliseum where kids could play their games, a nice safe haven, something to do there, eventually flag football, and that's going to be big. But stuff like that growing. So when sponsors come in, then we're going to start generating some income and pay out players. Once you get the paid players, you're going to expect them to. But to give time now is so important. That shows me the passion because like everyone in this organization right now is like how I was getting paid at those colleges, not
Yeah.
much, but it'll grow. I have a vision, I have faith, and I love this community of West Texas. I know it'll grow.
Well, I do as well. That's why I'm glad to be on board. So then the next question that I have for you, with your coaching background, how do you balance trusting your coaches while still shaping the culture as being the team owner? I know we have the
Yeah.
silent owner, but being as the current team owner.
Um, age comes wisdom. I'm very good at departmentalizing. I can absolutely have a in-depth, deep conversation with a kid, and then tell a joke right next to, and then call a scheme or something like that. I'm very comfortable in this arena. Put it that way.
Yeah, yeah. And this one, I know we kind of really have touched on this a lot, like the community focus and everything, but community involvement and youth sports are going to be a major factor for this team. Like
Major.
so we've already kind of touched on this on that tonight, but why was that commitment so important to you from the start? Because I know that's from what I've
Huh.
known, that's something you like from the get go. That's been like the number
Yes,
one of the number one
because
things.
before all of this, a good friend of mine, Paul Fioroni, hope you're listening. Um, he used to be Cotton King, played ice hockey. He was a Texas Tech hockey club uh, manager or head coach. And sitting down talking with him, he's very successful in what he does. And he's already had the schematics of a coliseum, multi sport coliseum. Him and hawing with Lubbock and all that stuff. And it wasn't panning out. I took it a step outside of Lubbock and wanted it to be Wolfforth, and I got in touch with their community leaders, and they were excited. They were so excited. I mean, very excited. There's land out there. Um, I have a lot of resources being here since '04. Um, I have some buddies on my team in '04 at Texas Tech that have done great things here in Lubbock, and I will be reaching out to them. I have reached out to them, just waiting for a call. I have my pitch and everything ready, but I just I want it for the community. I really do. It's not about me. I'm not here to make millions of dollars. I'm here to give back when I don't have anything. But I want to give back because I know coming from New York, a lot of kids have a lot of stuff to play, a lot of options. Here, it's like only Texas Tech. Like I've always wondered why LCU doesn't have a football team. For 22 years I've been here. I'm like, why? Why? I would love to coach there. But there has to be other things. And a multi-sport coliseum is and with the land out in Wolfforth, I think we could put our name on a national map.
Yeah, no, I definitely think so too, and I know you've reason I can say that I know you've kind of shared some of those plans for the stadium and everything with me.
Yeah,
So
he's in the meetings with us.
yeah, I'm in the
That's how big
meetings.
he is.
Yeah, I get to sit in and listen to these things, and I mean, that's why I really believe in this going forward. And I wanted to ask, so I know we're looking, of course, for this season, we're going to be playing at Andrews, but for 2027, what is your vision for the
Oh,
stadium that you'd like to share with the
yeah.
people in Lubbock listening?
This got to go on like a Disney show. The dreams and vision I have. Like I said, I have influential people and resources in this area. Um, this can stick. This can definitely happen. Uh, Andrews, Ace Arena has been so uh, gracious with, yes, they're paying for us to play there. They're going to advertise for us, and we're not going to have many games. It's going to be a just to get our feet wet and get some competition and get some film on us and stuff. But yeah, really focus on 2027. I have some investors that have verbally committed. I'm just waiting. Um, there's a lot of things I'd love to talk about, but they're in the process of, and God's making it happen. There's some things, and I know you're watching the CP. I can't. We can't explain. We sat there that one day and just looked up and go, How did this happen? So yeah, there's a lot of a God movement in our, and we do pray a lot. We do pray before practice, after practice. We play Christian rap music while we're practicing. There's no N word. It's just, someone curse it. I had a bad habit of it, and my players like, Coach, I got you. My bad. Can't do push-ups anymore, but I watch them. I watch
Yeah.
myself. But I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I agree. And so then the last thing, or the last question I was going to ask you, when it is all said and done, what do you hope people will say about the legacy of the organization of the Wolfforth Warriors and your role in it?
I don't care about I really don't care about my role. I'd like to get everyone else involved. Um, the one particular guy I'm reaching out to, it will remain nameless right now, but I think he has a legacy outside of Texas Tech that can solidify everything about his experience, his leadership, just embodies everything about West Texas and community. It's just stuck at Texas Tech. I'm trying to branch it out there. It'll happen because once he sees my vision, he'll be on board. And then also the visions I see, the building to expand. Um, I can't say this because I did talk to him, Brandon Carter. He does a lot of training at Zach's gym with some players, and I see him every time I go play racquetball. I see him, and I'd love to get him an area in that in
Yeah.
that uh, in that place where he could train kids and give back because he's a super great guy. And there's so many people that come in and are good soulful people, like you. There's a lot of people giving back and seeing the vision. I'm just the one trying to get it out there. I see it. I just gotta departmentalize and put people in place and get things going. And another guy, Keith Toogood, he was our kicker, and he's got a great business around here
Mhm.
in building homes and stuff. He has visions. We did talk one day, and he's a very big kingdom guy and loves he again. It's just funding. It's just sponsors. Please, if you're hearing this, come on out. I guarantee you, your name will be well taken care of in our stewardship.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest things we're looking for right now is getting the sponsors going. Because once that happens,
Oh,
things are really going to
oh,
start.
they're
Yeah,
rolling.
they're going to real. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. And then I know you kind of touched on this, so I kind of skipped over this question, but I do want to just go ahead and ask it because
Yeah,
it's
God.
it's it's a, it's an important one. But why was Wolford the right home for this organization? And what do you want the team to mean to the local families? Like, not of course in Lubbock too, but then
Yes.
then in Wolford specifically.
It's unfortunate that Lubbock sustained their 8 or 10 semi-pro teams. And they've been there, done that. They weren't so happy about another one coming. I get it. I do get it. And I love Lubbock. But Wolfforth is growing. And now it's just one of those things. They have land and they opened up their land to us and stuff. And we're just grateful. I think it's a great spot. Um, I do have a spot in mind, but I'm not saying anything yet. But so once Wolford came about, Pete Christie got involved in it too. And the way the colors work, I want to say this as well, is since we went to Wolford, we decided on incorporating the the two high school colors, Friendship and Memorial, and then so we made it royal blue, yellow, gold, powder blue, and white. So we're kind of combining that. Um, I just I feel bad that Lubbock has been there because I know Lubbock would have loved having us there, but I get it. I get it. They had what, three arena teams? They had probably six semi-pro teams,
Mhm.
and I was involved in a couple of them. And the one thing they all shared in common was it was about them. When I coached at Roanoke Steam, the one guy taught me it's about the community. And same thing I'm saying now, 20 years later, 25 years later. We could play football. That's fine. We got this. There's players that are passionate. There's coaches that are passionate. Let's play it. But if we can give back to the community, that says it all. That and Roanoke, we would go out to children's hospitals. We'd go out to supermarkets and help bag some groceries without jerseys on. Say hello, give tickets out, and that's a lot for. We know that Andrews is going to be a hike to get to this year, but we will be giving out a lot of free tickets for you guys to check us out.
And I know you were kind of mentioning this at the signing night last night, but our players doing things like that at the grocery store. So
Absolutely.
that's something you're planning to do this starting this season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Once again, we could do it right now, but we do not have the funds for the jerseys, and I would hate to have my guys out there and everyone go, "Who are you?" You know, but I want them in their jerseys so bad. So, once again, sponsorships are key, and
Yeah.
I can guarantee we'll steward that money properly.
Yes, yeah, and I know I've said this on the last two podcasts, but if you are someone listening that owns a business or works for a business, anything like that at all, that would be interested in sponsorships, again, please reach out to us. Like Roy said, we are going to take care of you. We're going to put your name out there, and especially, I mean, things are already without sponsorships really rolling along, and so I just whenever that part of it kind of kicks in,
It's gonna be
it's
good.
gonna be good. So I think we have some time for some I say rapid fire, but some
Let's go.
shorter questions. So
Quick
if
questions.
you're okay with that, so
Yep.
the first one, what is your favorite overall football memory?
There's a lot, but there was one time. It was goal line stance. I was playing zero technique. I was just shaded from the center, and I was 320 pounds. And it was a critical goal line stance. And I don't know why I did it. But usually back then, the lineman would just crash down, crash down. We always crash down. So the linebackers and the running backs would come over the top. I don't know why I did it, but I came off my stance and leapfrogged over the center and grabbed the quarterback and suplexed him back. There's one VHS tape of it because I did see it. And it was the coolest thing I ever did on the field. And the center went down because he thought I would go down. So it gave me plenty of room to jump over. And when the quarterback spun around and hand off or whatever, I had his waist, and when I fell, I suplexed him back, and that was pretty cool.
And
I
you,
have no touchdowns to talk about,
yeah.
but
Well, do you still happen to have a copy of this VHS?
I know of someone who has it. It may be my father. I may have it when I move down here to Texas, but it may be in New York. It's a VHS tape and it's very poor quality. But I remember seeing it going there. Watch this play, and I watched it 1,000 times. But back then, it's not as quick as you can get it
Yeah,
now.
no. Well, if we were able to somehow get it, I don't want to promise anything that
That
could, but
would be
if
awesome. That
we
would
could
be
put it on,
awesome.
so if we're able to get it somehow, we'll put it on the social media
That was
page for
fun.
fun. That would be fun. So gives you something to look forward to if we're if we're able to
If
get
you
it.
can find it, I want
Yeah.
to know.
So this one might be a tough one for you, but
Okay.
what is the favorite team that you coached for?
Oh,
If you're able to choose one,
yes. Uh, I got two. Um, Marist College. Marist College was because of a defensive coordinator named Scott Rumsey. Although James Parody, the head coach, was awesome. Um, he really taught me how to how to break down and find tendencies and percentages. And if someone's over 70%, they run this play, then you formulate a defense to stop that 70% and all that. And it was I loved going to work there. It is the knowledge. And of course, as you know, the late great Mike Leach. Just amazing. You all know his stories, man. He can talk football, then talk about BYU and his long hair and stuff, and then when he went to California and Pepperdine, and then come back and go, oh yeah, by the way, that three technique is off a shade and blah blah blah, and then he was just and you're trying to listen to five different things. It was amazing, but I did learn a lot at Texas Tech as well.
I was pretty sure Texas Tech would at least be
Oh yeah,
one of the teams you said. I
absolutely.
was like, it has to be Michael Leach.
Marist College and Texas Tech,
Yeah.
and they're both red and black. How about that?
Yeah. So, and then I think for time's sake, this will be the last question I
Okay.
ask you. So we'll end with a good one. What excites you the most about this upcoming season?
Uh, changing lives. Um, putting God first. Um, just changing lives. Yeah, I really think this time in this world, we need to focus on the important stuff, and that's God, family, and I guess you would say fun. It's something fun, but faith and family and football is what I can't wait to see.
Yes, sir. Well, I know we're excited for that, and Lubbock, Wolfforth. Again, it kind of feels like the same thing.
Yeah.
But Lubbock, Wolfforth, the community, we are again so excited to be here. Lots of great things coming forward, and so definitely stick around for the ride because things are really getting rolling, and we couldn't be more excited to be here. And I know I've said this on the last one, but each week we're going to be continuing to have someone on here. I believe next week is JD. I think so. Yeah,
JD
so yeah, JD's another one of our
and our GM Ray Jordan.
Yeah.
Also want to give a shout out to Coach Hall and Coach Smith. They're doing a great job. JD is now JD another blessing from God. JD should be working for like $500,000 a year. His marketing undergrad and his masters, and he's got a podcast. Was it TTT?
I think talk that talk
Talk that
sports.
talk,
Yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
And it's just I'm so blessed to have you here.
Yeah.
The time you spend on us and all you do with LCU and everything, it's just everything's a blessing.
Well, I know it's one of those things
Thank
like,
you.
I appreciate you having me as a part of the team, and I know it's one of those things like reaping what you sow. I fully believe in the vision that you guys have for this team, and I know it's going to turn into something special. So I'm just blessed to be here now whenever things are really getting started, and later down the road, I mean it's going to be so worth it. So I'm excited for it, and like I said, Lubbock, Wolfforth, the community. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Again, please continue to be following us on social media because we're going to be doing giveaways, tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever we do like announcements, like I know we had our last tryout, but again, if you were someone that was looking to try out, you were able to see that information by following us on social media. So
I'm probably gonna give him about 500 tickets to give out. So
yeah.
Stay tuned.
So please reach out and I mean you can message me on my socials or message us here on the Wolfforth Warriors socials. But yeah, I'm gonna be giving out a lot of those tickets, so it's gonna be a good time. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in this week. I knew this was gonna be a special one with our interim
temporary
team owner,
just a DFO. I consider myself director of football operations. Just to get everything all in place.
And that'll be once the person that is going to be the team owner, whenever they come into play, will that be your official title is DFO?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing I want to add before I leave. I know the Patriots are going to Super Bowl, but their little Warriors thing, we were talking about that 8-9 months ago. Mm-hmm. So when we start doing Warriors come out to play, that's us. Not the Patriots. Patriots are the Patriots.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the last meeting. We were like, man, it's we should have like posted that or done some stuff because now whenever we do it, people are going to think we're just
Yeah, correct.
copying
I
them.
hate
But we're
that.
not. We're not. We've been talking about that
Watch
for
the
a while.
movie too. You'll
Yeah,
understand.
it's a good one. Well, anyways, Coach Rod, thank you so much for your time. This was an awesome episode, and it was great
It's a lot
hearing.
of fun.
Yeah, it was fun talking to you. It was great hearing everything that you had to say, and I'm sure people listening really enjoyed it as well.
Well,
So
listen, it's all for you, West
yes.
Texas. Everything is for you.
All right. Well, thank you so
Thank you,
much for
Mer.
your time,
Thank
Roy.
you very much, Caleb.
All right.